Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Ann Emanuel. Tonight, a story of love, loss, and generosity. A 22-year-old Elmira man killed while crossing the road on Sunday. His family and girlfriend understandably devastated. But as our Maggie Hall reports, in the midst of unbearable sadness, an incredible showing of kindness from a local business.
Seth Quakis was only 22 years old and was planning on proposing to his girlfriend Jordan this upcoming August. Sadly, Seth lost his life when he was hit by a vehicle here at the East 5th Street and Clemens Center Parkway intersection.
Seth is a very humble person, very kind person. Will do anything for anybody.
Seth had recently taken Jordan to Zales in the Arnett Mall, but she had no idea that he was getting her an engagement ring until the store presented it to her after he passed.
They presented the ring very nice. They had me try it on in the store, and they all loved how it was. And I immediately started bawling because, I didn't know it was a ring. He really had me for certain it was like a necklace or a bracelet or something. He was giggling like crazy. I swore I knew what it was.
Now Jordan, along with the Quakis family, want justice and change for the man they love and lost.
The city of Elmira needs to do something. Brighter lights on the intersections. Cameras all the time that are on at the intersections. Maybe the lines on the side of the roads, or, this is town. It's still a populated area. Lower the speed limit. Seth was a half a block from his house.
And he loved to come to his grandma's house to tell him about his dreams. He did that, he finished. He was literally only seconds away from coming home. All he did was tell his family a dream and coming home, but he had to walk.
Elmira police have an ongoing investigation into this tragic incident and ask anyone with information to come forward. Stay safe and slow down on the roads. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Elmira.
The mayor of the village of Addison resigns after only holding the position for 10 days. Big Fox's Josh Feldberg reports on where the village goes from here.
Eva Sue Cunningham defeated longtime Village of Addison Mayor Raymond Walsh in an election held on March 21st. 10 days after being sworn into office, Cunningham stepped down from her position. Former Mayor Cunningham submitted a letter of resignation to the village in which she stated the following. Due to the enormity and complexity of the issues that exist throughout the entirety of the Village of Addison, due to poor practices of management in the government of the village during the past few years from April 2007 to April 2023, I am unable to fill my obligations as mayor at this time. Big Fox reached out to former Mayor Cunningham for comment, but did not hear back. Deputy Mayor Robert Miles is set to take over the position at this time.
Mrs. Cunningham submitted a letter of resignation from the mayor's position in the Village of Addison. And as deputy mayor, in our emergency personnel meeting we went over my obligations as deputy mayor, and I've just assumed responsibilities, the mayoral responsibilities in the Village of Addison.
Deputy Mayor Miles declined to comment on the situation surrounding Cunningham's resignation, but Miles did provide his plan to get Addison back on track.
I set a couple short-term goals for the village. Number one being hiring a village clerk. Number two, getting the budget completed by the May 1st deadline. And 3A and 3B is hiring a DPW supervisor and a code enforcement officer.
Big Fox will keep you up to date with this story as more information becomes available. Josh Feldberg, Big Fox News, Addison.
Governor Hochul announcing a new program aimed to slow drivers down in construction zones. 30 automated speed monitoring systems have been deployed across state highways and throughways. The systems have the ability to track a vehicle's speed and capture the information of someone driving too fast in construction zones. Fines start at $50 for first-time violators under this new program. A 4-story garage that collapsed in New York City Tuesday is now being demolished. This is a view of the damage earlier today before crews began the demolition. 1 person was killed, 5 others hurt in this collapse. 6 buildings near the garage have been fully vacated and 4 others have been partially vacated. The cause of the collapse is unknown. However, officials said it is believed to be nothing more than a structural collapse. The Supreme Court hears a case that could expand the rights of workers wanting accommodations from their employers because of religious reasons. Madeline Rivera has more from Washington.
Gerald Groff used to love coming to this post office in Quarryville, Pennsylvania. This is where he began working as a mailman in 2012.
You get to be out in the countryside in the fresh air. It's a beautiful place to live and work.
Then the Postal Service contracted with Amazon to deliver their packages, which required Sunday shifts. Groff, who's deeply religious, transferred to another branch. But soon that location also began Sunday deliveries, and finding someone to cover for Groff on those days became hard. Believing he would be fired, Groff resigned in 2019 and later sued, the case reaching the Supreme Court.
The court has changed, and the court is now much more protective of religious liberty.
At issue is whether the court should overturn its 1977 precedent, which said employers had to reasonably accommodate an employee's religious beliefs and practices as long as it did not create an undue hardship on the business.
His absences created direct concrete burdens on other carriers who had to stay on their shifts longer to get the mail delivered. That caused problems with the timely delivery of mail.
The court's conservative majority signaled it might make it harder for employers to deny a worker's religious accommodation request. But members on both sides of the court's ideological spectrum admitted finding a workable legal standard would be difficult.
There are going to be some cases where people are going to be unhappy with the court's result and others where they are happy.
A ruling on the case is expected by June. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Still ahead, it may not be tasty, but an edible battery could change the future of medical devices. That story plus your forecast when we come back.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Well, it seems like spring is definitely batting up with these swings in the temperatures, running from nearly almost having our first 90-degree day last Friday to seeing temperatures gradually fall to those 40s, where we were settling off 15 degrees below average yesterday. Today, we were at least making strides to work our way back towards more of a seasonal temperature trend, with a bit of a chill at times as we were battling some areas of cloud cover, but definitely started to work in some of those brighter conditions. Now, what we'll note, though, is that we are going to start off the day with some overcast skies for our Thursday, as what we're seeing is that there is going to be a slight chance to talk about some light showers to work into our Thursday morning commute. So stepping out the door tomorrow morning, you may want to make sure to have that dry layer or that umbrella on hand. Not going to be a washout, but at least a few light showers as we watch temperatures fall into those upper 30s. Now, we are going to turn bright again by the end of the day, where that sunshine is going to stick around even into Friday and bring our temperatures back on the upward climb. Now, hitting those 80s and 90s, we'll see those a bit more restricted. But what we'll see is that we at least have a little bit of a warming trend before gradual cooling takes hold again, as we will be underneath some more active weather for the weekend with some shower and thunderstorm chances, before next week's going to look a little bit more on the quieter side. A few chances for some rain showers will remain, but temperature-wise, we're going to stay a bit more steady, near or even slightly below average. Nothing looking frigid, but nothing looking on the extreme warm side as well. So first trend trending into our Thursday, although we're starting off with some of those showers and those temperatures into the 30s, it is a big turnaround. That rainbow of color, blue, green, all the way to those reds as we do climb into the 70s. Now, what's bringing us those 70s is that it's a warm front. That's what's causing for a few showers, clearing skies, and then as that warm front lifts north, that gives us that southerly flow, allowing for us to tap into those 70s for high temperatures. So 74 into Elmira, 71 up through Wayland, 75 into Westfield, and then 70 over through Binghamton. Everybody's got a chance for a little bit of those light morning showers, and then we'll trend into that Friday forecast with an all-day dry weather pattern there and a chance to talk about the 80s on the board. So we do have at least 80s. Now, not looking as warm as the last system we have, and as well as noting that it's not as long. This is going to be our one chance to talk about hitting those 80s underneath some quiet sunshine. But note that by sunset will be when we start to see that pattern disrupted, and that's going to come with a system that's going to work through the area, and that's also going to allow for us to have some blustery conditions. Now, you still have a southerly flow both Saturday and Sunday, so it's going to be gradual cooling as we stay underneath some of those rain showers. It's going to be the strongest on Saturday, where we'll look for a few showers and even some rumbles of thunder morning as well as evening, but we still hold on to 78 degrees. Then we see that system push on, keeping us under some showery weather, which is going to hold temperatures into those 50s as we roll into Monday. We'll see some clearing, but temperature-wise, as mentioned, we will stay closer to seasonal.